You're about to watch me take a $10,000 payout with my 5 funded accounts through the prop firm Lucid. After I take this payout, I'm going to show you how I've consistently been able to take payouts similar to this one and even bigger, totaling over $200,000. But before we get into that, links to my Discord and mentorship down below. And if you want to trade with the absolute best prop firm in the game right now, Lucid is running an insane 50% off discount for all of their accounts across the board. And if you want to take advantage of that, use code DROBO at checkout. Now, let's go take this payout. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we are at my Lucid trading dashboard. Here I have my 5 50K funded accounts, and with the 50K accounts with Lucid, that means you have a $2,000 drawdown in order to make $4,000 to obtain a max payout. So with the way that Lucid works, you're able to pull out half of your total profits. So in order to take a maximum payout of $2,000, that's what their payouts are capped at. In order to take that $2,000 payout, you have to be at $4,000 total profit. And what you're going to see here when I click on the details, each of these accounts is at $54,793. They're all at the exact same amount because they were copy traded, and normally there's a little bit of discrepancy between each account when copy trading, but this go around, every single account is at the exact same profit number. So that's actually going to be nice. I'm not going to have to worry about if I lost out on a couple dollars here or there. All of them are going to be the exact same, which is just super ideal when copy trading. So now if we go back to look at these accounts, as you can see, this request payout button has turned green, meaning that all 5 of these accounts are ready for that payout. And because they're all well over that $4,000 max payout range, we're going to be able to take out $2,000 per account, which is going to total $10,000. So now the only thing we have left to do is just request payout, submit it. And the nice thing about Lucid is within a couple minutes, that money is going to hit my bank account. It's something that you don't get with every other prop firm. And it's one of the many reasons why people love Lucid so much. You request these payouts and it instantly gets put into your bank account, and then your accounts are also instantly ready to be traded again. So there's no wait to receive your money, and there's also no wait to get back into trading. So now let's submit these payouts. So as you can see here at the payout screen, my eligible amount is $2,000 for all 5 of these accounts. So it's going to be $10,000 in total, just like we had talked about before. So now we click this green request payout button. We select our bank account, and then we click max payout right here, request. We're going to do the exact same thing across the rest of the remaining 4 accounts. And there you have it. After this, the pending status is going to go away very quickly. And within a very short amount of time, this is going to go from pending to then the money is directly in my bank account. And it will take minutes. So I'm going to set a timer right now and see exactly how long it ends up taking. Okay, and that basically took no time at all. It was approximately 2 minutes, all said and done. The money is now in my account. I just got the notification. I just checked it. It's all there. Pretty crazy how ridiculously fast Lucid pays out its traders. So now that you guys saw me take that $10,000 payout, I want to get into exactly how I'm able to consistently take payouts like this. And the answer is very simple, actually. It's because I have an exact system dedicated to taking payouts with prop firms. And over the course of my trading career, I've worked on perfecting this system in order to maximize my payouts with prop firms. So now if we go back to the account details tab on each of these accounts, and again, they're copy traded, every single trade is the exact same. So for all 5 of these accounts, the stats are going to be the exact same. You can take all the numbers you see in front of you and multiply them by 5 to get the actual numbers. But since I can't show all 5 at once, we're just going to look at one account at a time, and it's going to show you exactly how I do this. So if we scroll down to my trading calendar, one thing is going to immediately jump out to you at first, and that is going to be right here on the 13th. I had one trading day of $4,000, and then the rest of my trading days are only $100. And then this one here happened to be $280, but all of these trading days were meant to be right around $150. And that's because the way that prop firms work, they pay you out based on a set of rules. And the accounts that I like to trade from all of these various different prop firms go based off of the rules that you must have 5 trading days of $150 profit or more in order to take a payout. So this means if I hit one big trade, similar to what I did here on the 13th, I hit this one big trade. That means for the rest of the 4 trading days that I need to take a payout, I don't have to worry about catching huge moves in the market and catching $1,000 trades. All I have to do is focus on getting $100, $200. Again, the bare minimum amount is $150. So anything above $150 counts as a trading day towards taking a payout. So right here, as you can see, $165, $164, $280, $156. These are the days that make my life so much less stressful. These days right here where I'm trying to get these huge amounts of money, that's where the actual trading comes into play. That's where your strategy matters, the good setups, everything like that is 10 times more important on these days where you're trying to build up your account balance. But once you have that account balance built up, just like I actually did this in one single trade. So in one single trade over the course of, I think the trade lasted about an hour, I got $4,000 profit. And then the hard part for that week was completely over with. The only thing I had to worry about for the rest of my time trading and the following days of the rest of that week and then the next 2 trading days, all I had to do was size down significantly, take a lot of the stress out of my life. I could afford to lose multiple trades at a time and it was no big deal. And this exact concept has been the basis of my trading ever since I took my very first payout of $25,000 with Top Step later last year. This, in my opinion, is the most optimal way to trade prop firm accounts. Not only is it easier on you from a trading standpoint, because in reality, all I had to do to secure this payout was hit one big trade. On top of that, it's so much easier mentally because I don't have to stress day in and day out grinding for these $1,000 huge moves in the market. All I have to do is hit my one big trade. That's the hard part. And like I said, it's not easy to do by any means. It's not guaranteed. Same thing with these $150 days. They're not easy or guaranteed. But the hard part is hitting this one big trade. And then from there, my life becomes so much less stressful. I know that if I hit one small trade for $150, I don't have to worry about trading for the rest of the day. And one thing that's really important and often overlooked for traders is just how important your mental aspect is in day trading. So if you're sitting in front of the screen for hours and hours at a time, grinding it out in the charts day in and day out, this is a highly stressful environment to be in. And it's not good for you mentally. It's not good for your social life either. It's much more difficult to be grinding the markets day in and day out for multiple hours at a time. Whereas for me and the way I like to trade, I'll take as few setups as I possibly can while I'm actively watching the markets, studying, watching the price action, looking for quality entries, taking those good entries. I like to limit my time grinding in the markets and maximize my free time where I can spend it with my family or doing hobbies or whatever it may be, to where I don't have to sit in front of this screen grinding out the charts for multiple hours at a time. So my main point and my main takeaway from this system that I've developed to consistently take payouts in the most stress-free way possible is to focus on taking 1, 2, maybe 3 quality setups that really build up your profit amount. And from there, just coast into a payout. Obviously, in order to hit these bigger trades, you're gonna have to trade much more aggressively with 1 to 2 NQ contracts in order to get thousands of dollars in a single day. Or even if you do divide it up into 2 days, 1 to 2 NQ contracts is a really solid amount in my opinion. And that's what I use to get my payouts as well. 1 to 2 NQ contracts is gonna be that sweet spot where you can still risk a decent amount with the possibility of also making thousands while still maintaining a reasonable amount of risk. And then once you've taken those 1 to 3 good entries that built up your account to hopefully right around $4,000 in profit, size down significantly to where you're trading like 5 MNQ. And then that way you'll have such a buffer built up that you can lose 5 trades in a row and not even feel it. And then still, all it takes is hitting 1 or 2 more big trades, and that'll get your balance back up to where it needs to be in order to move on to the next day. Ideally, obviously, you'll take a small win of like $150 and then move on to the next day. But again, with trading, getting $150 sounds super easy, but in reality, it's not, because you're going to take losers and it's not always going to work out perfectly. There are some times where you just go on a hot streak where you can't guess wrong and you'll hit your huge number. You'll get that $4,000 and then you'll go 4 days in a row of 150 with 0 losers. That can definitely happen, but it's not realistic to expect that to happen. And that's not what happened to me. That happened to me for these first 2 days, but then the last 2 days, I really had to battle in order to get those $150 days. So it's not always as easy as it seems. And a lot of times the $150 days are going to be significantly easier than those thousands of dollar days. Either way, getting profit in any amount is never going to be easy. So you definitely don't take it for granted or expect that you have a payout locked up just because you have that $4,000 buffer built up. So anyway, take care of the hard part first, build up your buffer, coast into a payout, And then you'll just start to watch the payouts roll in slowly over time. You'll take payout after payout after payout. And then at the same time, you'll also notice that your quality of life gets significantly better because you aren't sitting there on the charts 24 hours a day. When you're off your computer, you pull it up on your phone. When you're out with your family, at dinner, at lunch, whatever it may be, you're checking the charts. You won't have to stress and worry about that if you get your trading done in a very short period of time, taking 1 to 3 entries in a single day, and then moving on to the next day if those 1 to 3 entries don't work out. So in summary, do both yourself and your bank account a favor by not only learning how to trade properly, but also learning a strategy for the specific prop firms themselves, because that is just as important as having a good day trading strategy in itself. Taking payouts from prop firms is a whole game in itself, and if you aren't accounting for that, then you're making a huge mistake financially. Feel free to use my strategy as a blueprint for your own, but the most important thing I can advise is to not go into prop firms without a plan. This is going to be the main difference between someone like myself who has taken over $200,000 in payouts versus the average trader who struggles to be profitable for multiple years at a time.